gives me anxiety. And I'm just like, it makes you really like analyze just like where you're at. And then I'm like, sometimes like, what am I doing?
I also really like missing someone and cherishing the time that I spend with them instead of, every day being with them or especially in the beginning of the relationship.
Right now, there's a narrative quietly building around Kourtney Kardashian. And it's not the glossy, slow motion, fairy tale montage we've been fed for the past 2 years. Behind the curated kisses, behind the black and white wedding photos, behind the twin flame, captions, and dramatic red carpet makeouts, there are whispers. And those whispers are getting louder. According to growing online speculation, Kourtney is allegedly struggling behind the scenes. Not publicly, not in front of cameras, but privately. And the reason people think they know why. Because Travis Barker has suddenly been linked, in rumor form, to a 19-year-old. 19. Now pause for a second. Before we spiral into conclusions, let's be clear. These are allegations circulating online. There is no confirmed proof, no official statements, just blind items, commentary, and a storm of speculation. But here's the part that makes this story explosive. When the rumor dropped, the internet didn't explode in disbelief. It nodded. It shrugged. It said, "We saw this coming." And that reaction, that's what makes this uncomfortable. Because this isn't just about a possible betrayal. It's about a pattern people believe they've been watching in slow motion for years. The whole thing reportedly began with a blind item. One of those anonymous, but not really, posts describing a famous reality star, allegedly being cheated on by her rock star husband with someone barely older than his own daughter. No names, no confirmation. But the internet connected dots within minutes. And instead of shock, there was recognition. Because when you're talking about Travis Barker, history enters the chat immediately. Let's rewind. Travis has openly admitted in the past that he was unfaithful in previous relationships. In his 2015 memoir, he didn't deny it. He didn't soften it. He admitted cheating during his marriage to Shanna Moakler and even described himself as the problem. Reports at the time claimed she discovered multiple inappropriate messages with other women. Not one mistake, not one lapse, but repeated behavior. And before that, his first marriage to Melissa Kennedy also ended amid admissions of infidelity. This isn't gossip pulled from nowhere. These are chapters he wrote himself. So when people hear another cheating rumor attached to his name, the reaction isn't, "No way." It's again. And then there's the layer that makes everything even more awkward. Long before Travis and Kourtney became the gothic love story of Instagram, there were whispers about him having a crush on Kim Kardashian. Not fan fiction. In his own book, Travis admitted he found Kim attractive. There was even an old interview where Kim was asked directly whether anything had ever happened between them. She denied it and said it was frustrating that the rumor kept resurfacing. Still, the seed was planted. So when Travis ended up with Kourtney, Kim's sister, some fans couldn't ignore the optics. Same family, same circle, same orbit. It felt close. Too close. Some online voices even speculated that Kourtney was the nearest door into the Kardashian world he had already been hovering around. Is that proven? No. But when timelines overlap and past comments resurface, narratives write themselves. And then came the relationship itself. From day one, it was intense. Hyper-public. Overwhelmingly physical. Tongues at family gatherings. Makeouts in front of the kids. Matching outfits. Constant declarations of eternal obsession. To supporters, it was passion. Raw, unapologetic. To critics, it felt like overcompensation. Because sometimes when love is loud, it's trying to drown something out. For years, people said the relationship looked rushed, that it felt like love bombing, that it moved at lightning speed with very little visible grounding. And now, with this new rumor circulating, those old comments are resurfacing like receipts. Reddit threads from months ago are being dug up. Posts predicting that if things ever cracked, they would crack in a familiar way. Some users even speculated that if Travis ever slipped, he wouldn't necessarily deny it outright. He might deflect, shift blame, suggest distance, suggest stress, suggest postpartum changes, suggest anything that reframes the narrative. Again, speculation, not facts. But speculation gains power when it echoes past patterns. And then there's Kourtney's behavior, which fans have started analyzing frame by frame. She appears more attached than ever, rarely away from him, frequently emphasizing breastfeeding and needing to stay close to baby Rocky. On the surface, that's motherhood. But some critics wonder, is it also security? Is staying close comfort or caution? Compare this to the Kourtney people remember during her years with Scott Disick. Back then, despite chaos, she appeared independent. She moved confidently between her role as a mom and her own identity. Now, some observers say she feels almost fused into Travis's world. Others argue that her older children simply don't require as much hands-on time anymore, a completely reasonable explanation. But the online narrative isn't convinced. Because when rumors align with long-standing doubts, they ignite. Even Kourtney herself admitted on their show that their marriage requires serious effort because they are fundamentally different people. Travis is impulsive, high energy, thrill-driven. Kourtney is slower, grounded, a homebody. Opposites attract, yes, but opposites also strain. And if there were cracks, would we even see them? Or would they be hidden behind another perfectly lit kiss? Then came another moment that didn't sit well with viewers. Travis liking highly suggestive photos of his son Landon's girlfriend. It wasn't illegal. It wasn't a confirmed scandal, but it was enough to raise eyebrows. Because when someone has a documented history of crossing boundaries, even small gestures feel louder. That's why this new rumor spread like wildfire. Not because it was confirmed, but because it felt consistent. So now the narrative splits into two possible realities. Either Travis truly changed, he matured, he broke old cycles, built something solid with Kourtney, and these rumors are just recycled suspicion amplified by the internet. Or the fairy tale was always fragile, built on intensity rather than stability. And what we're witnessing now is the first visible fracture. The real tension isn't just, did he cheat? It's, why did so many people believe he would? And perhaps the most unsettling question of all. If Kourtney did see red flags, if she knew his history, knew the patterns, knew the risks, did she choose love anyway? Because sometimes love feels stronger than logic. And sometimes, the louder the passion, the deeper the insecurity it hides. Right now, nothing is confirmed. No statements, no evidence, just speculation spiraling across timelines. But one thing is undeniable. When rumors match history, they don't need proof to feel believable. So what's really happening behind those closed doors? Is this just another internet storm built on old narratives? Or is this the moment the soulmate storyline quietly unravels? Because the scariest cracks aren't the ones you see. They're the ones that form beneath the surface, while everyone's still applauding the show.